What's up, y'all? Back again with another King Word. Just want to talk to you all about a question that was proposed to me, or one that came to mind. It's why don't the church teach men how to be husbands? The church is big on telling women how to submit to their husbands, how women should carry themselves, how they should be, how they should go, and how they should be in marriage. But no one ever tells a man how to be a husband. And I think that has a lot of reasons why it takes men a lot longer, especially those men that are trying to do it right. It takes a man a lot longer to kind of get it right because no one tells a man exactly how they should be or how they should go about looking for a wife, and how they should carry themselves and how they should be towards their wife. Um, I know for me, it took me a little time to really realize this, that, you know, it isn't all about what a woman should do. Is if I'm supposed to be the head of my house, I need to make sure that I'm doing right too. So in my studies, what I'm saying, I was really looking for something that like helped me understand, why don't they teach us how to be husbands? Why no one ever mentions, how a man should be towards his wife and how he should carry himself within that marriage. So then I got to Ephesians 5. Ephesians 5 is one of the ones that they always quote about women, telling women they should, Ephesians 5:22, it says, "Wives, submit to your own husband as the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, as also Christ is head of the church, and he is Savior of the body." They always tell you that. They always tell you, the wife should submit. And again, about this whole submission thing, submission generally just means you submit to their leadership, as in you submit to their vision. You believe that this man that you're marrying has a vision and a goal towards something that you believe in as well. You believe in him and his vision. Submission is not control. It's not going along with whatever he tells you to do and him having control over you and telling you how you should live your life. That's not what submission is. A lot of times people get submission wrong in the definition of that. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I found about the husband. If you read it down a little further, and that's another thing, a lot of times people don't go down further into the verse and like teach on what else is in that. So if you go down a little further to Ephesians 5:25, it says, "Husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her." If you know the story of Jesus Christ, you know what he did. He died on the cross for you. He submitted to the cross, which means had he not submitted, he could not have been killed on that cross. God laid down his life purposely for us. So in my type of revelation, you don't have to believe what I believe and you don't have to get the way I get, but this is what I got from it. If God is saying to love your wives just as Christ loved the church, Christ laid down his life. So that means that when it comes down to it, you would lay down your life for your wife. You would be that comforter. You would be that protection for her. You would lay it down for her. You would stand in front of her to protect her from a bullet. Like, that's what that means. You lay down your life for your wife. That's what that means. You submit to Christ, you submit to God, and then you cover your wife. So then I read a little bit further, and I got to 5:28. It says, "So husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself." So the big question is that if you love yourself, then you ought to love your wife. If you're out here, you cheating on her, you abusing her mentally, emotionally, all those things. And yes, everyone has rough patches, but if you out here mentally and emotionally and physically abusing this woman, then there's something within yourself that you don't love. So I think in all, this is a love thing. It's a thing inside of you that you need to check yourself, So if they don't love themselves, women, if the man don't love himself, then how can he love you? So it says, so husbands also love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. If that man shows you love, he protects you, he keeps you, he holds you, he stands up for you, he protects you, all those things, then that man loves you and he loves himself. You know, loving oneself means that you care for yourself, you take care of yourself, you don't abuse your body, you don't go out here and throw your body around and let anyone have pieces of you. Loving yourself is taking care of that mental issue that you have, those traumas that you've been through, those things that you had going on in your childhood. It's that's loving yourself and being honest with yourself about who you are and what you've been through. So I know men, you know, a lot of times are not taught to really deal with their emotions and deal with their traumas and deal with what they've been through. They spend a lot of times holding a lot of that in because we feel like a lot of us, you know, a lot of people don't really understand what we go through, and we feel like we have to be strong. We have to show that nothing is wrong and we don't go through anything, and it just, you know, we can't seem weak. And I've learned that, you know, crying and having a moment is not weak. It's actually showing that you're strong. You're able to deal with your emotions. You're able to really conquer that and face that fear, face that trauma. You become weak when you hold it in, and then it takes over you. You don't have control over it no more. It has control over you. So, you know, and all that, man, we really got to take the time to really love ourselves so we can love our wives properly. I'm not married right now, but, you know, this is just my own research and like things I'm hoping to be when I do get married. But, you know, you have to love yourself so that you can love your wife. If you don't love yourself, it shows. It shows how you take care of your wife and your significant other. It shows how you care for them. When you don't love yourself, it spews out. It comes out externally. It comes out. You'll see it, and people will see it. So I think it's time to really take care of yourself, love yourself, so you can love them how they should be loved. Men should never be trying to control a woman. She has her own mind, own vision too. And when you love a woman correctly, she will submit to you. And again, submission is not control, but she'll come under you and she'll believe in you and she'll push your vision, and as well as, you know, you take care of her vision. I believe if you really take care of a woman, she will submit and she will take care of you, and that'll be the best woman you'll ever have in your life. So, you know, take some time to really dig in yourself, search yourself, see if it's anything that you need to cleanse out. Is there some things you're not dealing with? Open up to someone, find someone that you can trust, and really dig in those things that have hurt you so that you can love properly and you can be the best husband that you can ever be. I believe, and especially in black men, I believe that, you know, chivalry is not dead. I believe that men want to take care of their woman. They want to be with their wife. But society has made it seem like men are just dogs. And so we say, if you're going to call me a dog, might as well be one. But we don't have to be that standard. I'm here to start a new standard, set a new standard. Let's go back to, or let's start a new, because I can't say go back to, because it's always been a way where men kind of did what they wanted to do and expected a woman to just be in her place, which is ridiculous. But I think we need to get to a place where, you know, how God kind of set it up. I mean, he literally said, you know, wives submit to their husbands as he does the Lord. And then, you know, husbands, love your wives as your own body. And if you love yourself, you love her. So I think we need to get to that, you know, just making sure that we take care of one another genuinely. This whole going out here and just, I mean, I understand living your life. I've done it. But in order to really love someone correctly, I think you need to learn yourself. So we have to get back to that and try to be the best people that we can be. So, you know, that's it. This video is a little longer than the other, but I had a little more opinions on this. you know, I encourage you to share, comment, like, you know, show this video to somebody else. I encourage comments. You know, if you oppose, I'm willing to hear that out too, and what your thoughts are. I love to hear other people's thoughts and other people's opinions. So, you know, if you have anything else, let me know. Hit me up. Thank you.